What's up everyone, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from Warsteiner, and they are out of Warstein, Germany, and this is their Dunkel. So this is a Munich Dunkel Lager that comes in at 4.8% alcohol by volume, 28 IBUs, and at the time of review, I don't know exactly how old this bottle is, but it does have a best by date of January 9th of 2024. We're about 7 months away from that date, so we should be good according to the brewery. Now, I know there are about a half a dozen friends and viewers of the channel who like this one as their go-to everyday lager. A few of you have asked me to review it, so here we are. Now, last month I reviewed their Pilsner, pretty solid, kind of for me the lower end of like the imported German Pils, but this one I've always liked a little bit more than that, but of course I like darker lagers more so than lighter lagers. However, when it comes to authentic imported German Dunkel lagers, my favorite is probably Eyinger. I've not reviewed it, but I got to get to that, and Hofbrau. Both of those I like a little bit more than this one. Then again, I haven't had this one in many years, so we will see how it is today. So let's crack it open, get it into the glass, and go from there. So yeah, pretty excited about this one. I like me a nice Munich Dunkel Lager. I really do. Like I said, I really just enjoy the darker lagers in general. I just like the malt character from darker lagers more so than a lighter lager. So on right there. Oh my God, that's so just that little cheat. Beautiful. So in the glass, it has like this really nice, I would say like a darker brown color. It's probably going to look like a dark brown on camera, and in person, darker brown when I don't hold it up to light. Hold it up to light has like this coppery kind of like darker amber color. Decent carbonation, but not crazy. Had about a finger of a lightly tan colored head that is now dissipated to a thin film. I can rustle maybe 3/4 of a head back, but it'll probably die out a little bit. Good clarity. I can see my hand and my fingers through that, but looks beautiful as far as the style dictates. Let's get a nose. Nice. So the one thing I always like about darker lagers, and especially this style, is you get that nice toasty, roasty kind of malt character. Get a little bit of like a dry nuttiness too in the nose. And what I got in the taste in that little cheat was like a little bit of like a cocoa powder, like a little bit of chocolate. It has a very slight like copper coin kind of thing going on. When I cracked it open, to be honest with you, I smelled a little bit of skunkiness, just a very slight skunkiness, but it wasn't overwhelming or anything. I'm not getting that now, but getting like a earthiness, a little bit of like just like a generic earthiness. And now that copper coin is starting to dissipate a little bit. Yeah, it just smells like it's going to be a very easy going, super drinkable, crushable 4.8% Munich Dunkel Lager. So let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. Prost. Yeah, I mean, to me, this is substantially better than their Pilsner. Why? Because I like the style more. But I think this one is really nice, especially of the American brewed ones I've had that have been fresher. This, you can tell, it has a good quality to it, right? It's not like mind-blowing to me. Like, again, Eyinger, Hofbrau, always were a little bit better to me. Eyinger, I love all their beers for the most part, so it's not a surprise there. But this, for like this is almost like, again, I'm reviewing this as a shelfie beer here in the month of June 2023. And for something you can get less than 10 bucks for a 6-pack, like, it has nice flavors. Body's like lower side of medium body, higher side of light. So 4.8%, it's fine. The mouthfeel, pretty crisp, but not overly so. There's still a nice smoothness to the beer. Maybe even a touch of like a creaminess and a little bit of a softer vibe. This is like mild to moderately carbonated as opposed to like straight out moderately carbonated. The taste, I love that slight cocoa powder thing that I got when I initially did the little cheat, and now I'm tasting it. It has just like a kind of like a cocoa powder kind of dryness, but there's toasted like brown bread, like a little bit of a roasty, toasty brown bread. There's a dry nuttiness at the forefront, a very slight like dark fruit going on. This first half, 2/3 of the palate, all intertwining. On the back of the palate, it finishes with this earthy, dry finish, and it's mild to moderately bitter, but the bitterness is just balancing out all the malt sweetness at the front along with the dryness. It's a pretty dry beer. It's not like overly dry, but overall this is balanced. It leans maybe a little bit more dry, but super, dare I say, quaffable. 4.8%, you can't taste it. Yeah, this is, again, to me, personal preference, like all of these reviews are, this is better than the Pilsner. Pilsner not bad by any means, but to me, anytime I get an authentic imported German Pilsner, Warsteiner, or Warsteiner, they're a little bit on the lower end of the spectrum for what I enjoy. There's other Pilsners from Germany that I enjoy quite a bit more, and the same can be said for this one, but I think this is better than their Pils personally. So I get why people enjoy this as like an everyday go-to lager here in the US. For an imported beer, the price point is damn nice. So Warsteiner's Munich Dunkel Lager, I have no issues giving this one a straight 4 out of 5. That's where I'm going to go with this one. I think I gave the Pilsner a 3.6, 3.5, 3.6, something like that. This is definitely better than that. I enjoy it quite a bit. So I think a 4 out of 5 is a proper score for what I'm drinking. I'm sure those of you who drink this on a daily basis probably think more of it, and some of you might not even like this, but that's where I land on this one. Price point availability, $9.99 a six-pack in my area. It might even be cheaper. In your area, it might be even like $8, maybe $9. Might be a little bit more expensive, but for less than $2 for a bottle, and this is only 11.2 fluid ounce bottle, so a 330 mils. You know, you get a little bit less beer, but still, for an imported beer, pretty damn a good value, especially considering the style and availability. It's Warsteiner. You should see it pretty much everywhere. Although I did find it a little bit more difficult to find this one relatively fresh. The first time I saw this one a couple weeks ago, before I bought this bottle, I was at a place and the Best By date was like, it was just past it. And I was like, oh. So when I was at one of my favorite local bottle shops, Premier Gourmet, I saw this and I was like, wow, this is pretty fresh, all things considered. So yeah, you should be able to find this beer, grocery store, you know, a bottle shop, beer store, whatever. So if you've had this one before, post in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this one. When's the last time you had this one? Because it's been a long time since I've had this one, or really any of the authentic imported German Munich Dunkel lagers. It's been quite a long time. So I'm going to have to review and revisit some of those over the next 3, 4, 5 months, the rest of the year. Maybe I'll pick up the Anger one next time I get a chance. So appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. Appreciate everybody who recommended this one or mentioned it as their go-to lager. I finally reviewed it. I'm happy I did so, and I'm going to drink the rest of that extremely quickly off camera after this review. To the next one. Bros.